Now, as we talk about in generalities, let's set that aside for just a minute and come back to Jan Broberg Felt's experience and how your life has shaped who you are. Obviously, what happened to you when you were 12 was not a good thing. Mm-hmm. Have you learned at some point, I mean, how would you describe that incident's effect on your life? Did it help shape you in a positive way, in some weird, strange meaning? Are you grateful for what you've gone through? How have you chosen to incorporate that one incident into the overall being of who you've become?
Yeah, that's a good question, because it was such a difficult experience, and it was a long-term process.
I'm sure.
Yes, at this point, 25 years later, I can look back on that experience and say there is an aspect of being grateful for the things that I learned, for the people that I'm hoping to help, for the education that I've gained, for great parents who knew something of unconditional love and support, for good drama teachers who gave me opportunities to perform. That's where I found my therapy, when I wasn't talking, before I found some good counseling, before I found some good books and programs and other things that I've been able to use in my life. What it's taught me, I'm very empathetic. I feel like I have understanding and compassion for people. Non-judgmental would be a good way to describe me. Because I've realized everybody does have a story, and every person counts, and even the perpetrator counts, and I hope, you know, can find help and peace and repentance and forgiveness and all of those things. And I think being able to experience those things firsthand allows me to maybe do something that someone else maybe couldn't do. And I could not have done it without my family, without my parents, without leaders in my church, friends, counselors. It does take a whole community of people. I had a wonderful community. Pocatello, Idaho was a small town, and thank goodness we had a lot of friends.
Mm-hmm. To be supportive.
And that the human spirit, last of all, the human spirit can survive anything, and that is another message that I hope to bring to people. You can take the 10% of your life, which is that experience, that could ruin your life, and it does.
Has the potential to do that.
It certainly
No
could
question.
have, and there have definitely been some difficulties in my own life and my own experiences, but there's also the 90%, which is the rest of your life. And if you can use that 10%, that backdrop that doesn't go away, you're never normal again. I'm not normal, I know that, but you use that backdrop, that 10%, to invigorate, inspire, reclaim, and help others in the 90% that can be your life. If you live in the 90%, yeah, the human spirit can do it.
Here's a little bit of an unusual question, possibly. The theme of the Women's Conference, as Michelle Bridges described in the first part of the show, is something similar to above all else, I am a woman, or I am a woman above everything else. Quote by Jacqueline Onassis Kennedy, a woman whose life has been fascinating to many and who had her own story, as we talk about people with stories. How are you using that theme? How does that fit into your remarks that you'll give at the Women's Conference on March 6th?
Well, not to put down men in any way, shape, or form.
Oh,
I like them.
it.
But I really do believe that because women tend to have a great deal of empathy and natural compassion and nurturing as kind of part of who we are, I really do believe that women do rock the world. They rock the children, and they rock the world. They actually make things happen because they're enraged, because they don't allow for injustice, because they care about other people and about children. I believe women have such a unique opportunity to go out and to have a voice if they will. So go have a voice. Be a woman first. Rock the world.
Boy, that's an awesome thought to end on. We are out of time, Thank you so much, Jan, for taking your time. And I'd like to thank Michelle for coming at the first part of the show. Michelle Bridges is this year's Women's Conference in Dixie Chairwoman. And the Women's Conference is March 6th at 8 a.m. in the morning at Dixie State College Gardner Center. You can buy a ticket at R&K's bookstore and a variety of other places. If you have any questions, call the Community Resource Center at Dixie Regional Medical Center, which is now the Community Health Information Center. And the number is 251-2222. Thanks for watching.